Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's here. We've been waiting. This is the big fat news update for Age of Mythology Retold, Immortal Pillars. It's now here. You can enjoy it. Everyone who has the premium edition don't need to buy anything. Just jump in. I recommend buying the premium edition if you haven't to get in onto this one, because then you'll also unlock the next DLC down the line as well. So jump in. 12 new gods, 9 level campaign, mythical units, 7 new maps, and on the PlayStation 5 as well as a new game mode, the Daily Celestial Challenge. Now this here, I haven't seen it just yet. I looked at it very briefly. Looks very, very cool. You're going to be able to compete for the leaderboards to try and get the fastest time and get rewards and stuff like that. Very, very cool. I think it's based on the Arena of the Gods. So that's going to be fun. Onwards and upwards as we take a quick look through this. So obviously all of these sort of fixing for stability and performance, achievements, localization, graphics, audio, all this stuff here is interesting. I recommend you to read it in your own time. I'm not going to be reading it today. And all of this stuff, I don't think... If there's anything in here that you guys want me to talk about normally, ask in comment section or ask in Twitch chat and I'll take a look. Nonetheless, campaign is all this good stuff. And now we come into the balance. So I was taking a look at the previous balance patch. I did think it was a little bit bare bones. Seemed like there was some stuff missing from what I've been seeing in the discussions on stuff. So this is the full patch from the balance team. So I'll clip on the other thing as well right here with the other balance changes, and we'll go through this now. We're taking a look at the notes that happened a couple of days ago, and then going to add in our thoughts on that one. So deathmatch, I haven't really seen any deathmatch, but the god power cooldown duration is being increased. Basically just means the god powers are popping off too much. So we'll move over here. Units, siege, crush armor has been increased across the board. See specific pantheons for the details. So basically what this is for siege on siege wars being stupid. Basically, the catapult was performing too well. Petropolis was really, really struggling. The ballista was really, really struggling. The fire siphon was doing okay. The siege tower, portable ram, and Heliopolis were all doing kind of average. Thanks for the 10-month set fat. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. There's going to be a part where this is a really, really fun part of the game, where everything is kind of on an equal playing field, but I don't know when that point is going to happen. And I think this is going to take a lot of tweaks to kind of find that balance. But nonetheless, next one, this is something I've been kind of hoping to see, is that the heavy unit line upgrades and champion unit line upgrades taking a little bit of a step back. This thing was super snowbally. So you would see players rushing this out. You could basically go for your copper armory upgrades and then only get line upgrades and be at an advantage over a player who was going for armory upgrades. It was quite a lot. There's quite a lot of an advantage. So this one getting tweaked should make the game a little bit less snowbally, and that should be a good thing. And we also see the same sort of treatment to heroes happening here as well, as they go down to 15% and 20% to be in line with the heavy unit upgrades and the champion unit upgrades. The next one here is crenellations is coming onto the towers, similarly to the ballistics. So this is a change that I don't know if I said it vocally or not, but this is something that I've definitely been wanting, is that, the towers are pretty... It's not that like they're lackluster. They're actually okay in the right situations, specifically the late game. Once you have ballistics, once you've got all the upgrades, once you've got full population, you're placing them everywhere. So having a sort of like point to build on so that you can slowly make these towers useful throughout the game, I think is going to be really, really good. So crenellations, I think this might be the first step towards this. I don't know if we're going to see more stuff after this, if the devs see this sort of thing and go, yeah, maybe we can give a little bit more here or whatever. But getting crenellations, giving that ballistics does mean that they're going to have that one step earlier on to make them a bit better early game. So you don't have to wait for the heroic age to get ballistics so that finally your towers start doing something. So I like this change. We're also seeing the armor upgrades here getting taken down a notch. I think this is I don't know exactly what I feel about this. This will just make the armor upgrades a little bit easier to grab. So a little bit more math needed to determine whether or not to get yourself heavy first or champion first or armor upgrades first is going to be needed. I'm not sure what the best way to go is. But I think that you're going to be wanting to go for medium upgrades copper, heavy upgrades bronze, champion upgrades iron. At a preliminary, you can work it out. I'll maybe come back to you on that one if I can be bothered. But anyways, a couple of new relics to come through that I think I love. I love this. I don't know. We'll see how they go. We've got the I can't say that. I'm not going to try. Walls regenerate 10 hit points faster. Hate this relic. Walls, I want to kill walls. Walls need to not have any effectiveness in my games. In fact, if you could just remove the walls from my games, I'll be very happy. No, I'm just kidding. This is really, really nice one to kind of hold a spot. Your opponent gets a little bit of damage done. That's great. That's a lot of HP per second they're regenerating though, so we'll see. Jade Hair, myth units move 5% faster. This is actually insane. This is really, really big. Any sort of movement speed boost on anything is always really, really good. I can see this being insane for things like Sphinx, Centaur, Valkyrie, probably even like just the simple Promethean being faster is going to be huge. So yeah, this is a really must grab relic. Feather of Jingwei is just the wood trickle rate, so similar to the other ones. Tusk of Dang Kang. I love this relic. This gives you 2 pigs every 2 minutes, excuse me. I think this is cool. Getting these pigs means once you start actually eating them, they will spawn with only 50 food, I think. So it's not crazy. It will take a long time for them to fatten up. But I like this one because you don't have to leave your base or start farming for a lot longer. And it's going to just be a nice little boost of food. Then we got Tail of Fae. Summon 1 Fae Beast, which respawns every 120 seconds. I don't even know if this is useful. Because this thing just dies, right? Straight away. Spawning a temple. It's got like 55 HP and loses like 1 HP a second or something. Anyways, we're almost starting on the Chinese thing, so I want to keep going and try and finish this. The Feather of Bifang. Human soldiers gain 20% bonus. I love this. This is really fun. Not more to say about that. Must grab. Have fun with it. Kill buildings. Happy days. Wu Hao, Bow of Huangdi. Ranged soldiers attacks now snare targets, which slows them by 15% for 2 seconds. So this is effectively giving what every unit that is not ranged has. Might be insanely overpowered. Don't know. Fur of Boyi. Heroes regenerate 0.25 hit points. Actually, this will be really strong against like cavalry, right? That'll be really, really strong against cavalry. So your ranged soldiers, which might suck against cav, are all of a sudden really, really good against cav. Just kiting for days. Okay. There is room to nerf this though and keep it in the game. You can change this down to 5% or 10%. Change this from 2 seconds down to 1 second. Lots of room to nerf it if it's insane. It's fine, don't worry. Fur of Boyi, heroes regenerate 0.25 hit points per second. 9 cauldrons, all fortress type. Human soldiers have 5% hack and pierce vulnerability. Wow, that's nice for Egyptian. That's nice for Norse. That's nice for Chinese. It's okay for the Greeks. But yeah, we don't see many of those at the moment. So anyways, Okra Whip of Shinong. Standard farm upgrades. Grant an additional 5% farm gather rate. Okay. 5 colored Stones of Nuwa. Repairing costs 50% less. Okay. And Kui Drum, heroes deal 0.25% more damage per 1% hit point missing. So this is like that Fanatic upgrade or the Berserk Hamask upgrade. I don't like this. I don't like this relic very much. I just haven't seen the effect. I just don't see the effect of this. This thing looks interesting on the surface, but I don't see it. All right, now into the really interesting stuff. Okay, so Athena, Sarissa. Hoplite attacks range increase reduced from +1 to 0.5. Okay, so this is... I don't think this does anything. I think this really does anything because I think that the plus range just is still going to result in the same amazing pathing for the hoplites, which is why they're so strong. So I'm not sure. Don't know. It might do something. Maybe not. Okay, Skylar is has a nerf. Fantastic. This unit was dominating way too hard. This might be a big nerf. Not 100% sure. Okay, next one. Hero units. Okay, all of the Greek heroes got a boost. Now, these did get nerfed, technically, by the hero nerf. So, getting a boost in bonus versus damage, damage versus myth units. This is I guess a boost for earlier in the game. Yeah, all of this stuff is good. I think this is just to make up for the nerfs that the heroes had to keep them in line. Oh, this one's big. Hippolyta and Odysseus have ballistics by default. Chiron having ballistics by default is a bit of a meme, but you know, he gets it by default by being Hades. This will really help Greek players hit the heroic age and have a hero that's actually working. Okay, siege units. Okay, this is just that siege change. I have to see what this is in thing. All right, Skin of the Rhino had a nerf. I hate this tech just on the premise of you don't like the villagers. If I'm killing your villagers, they should die. My units, your villagers have no armor. They have a shank. They just do too well with this tech, plus having hunting survival equipment. I don't know if this is enough. I'd much rather see a complete rework to this tech, in my opinion, and just give Ra something else that's really fun to use and not really frustrating for me to play against when I'm trying to kill villagers. I remember one game where I was playing against Chemo. He had like 10 villagers or something, and I had like 8 Hippias, and I ran in, and my Hippias were dying, and I was like, do I have to hit restoration to win this? Anyways, onwards and upwards. That's a nice change. We'll see if it does anything. Okay, Son of Osiris taking a little bit of a hit. Son of Osiris was insane, and this is a 5 damage nerf, so it's quite significant, to be honest. I still think this is going to be insane, though. You might be even the myth units going down in this. I think this is still going to be really good. I wouldn't worry about this if you're still using Son of Osiris. I think it's not bad. It's still going to be fine. Personally, I wanted to see a HP reduction on this guy and keep the damage pumping, but like punish someone if they overextend or get the unit caught out. But a damage nerf is also welcome, so we'll see how it goes. This next one is a really big boost for Egyptians, and specifically Nephthys. I was feeling like Nephthys was super underwhelming in many different ways. So 8 gold on this is going to, I imagine it's quite a lot. I don't know, but over a course of a game, but I will be grabbing this technology now, I think, and seeing how it goes. All right, this Chariot Archer got nerfed. Fantastic. This thing was too strong, in my opinion, in every single way. So I don't know if this is an over nerf or not. Pierce damage going down. Technically speaking, he got a buff against infantry, technically speaking, because that is doing more damage now than it was against infantry. So that's... I like this. I think the Chariot Archer should counter infantry. I don't think it should counter archers. That was stupid. It was kind of beating Peltast, or at least trading equally with Peltast or slingers. That was stupid, in my opinion. So hopefully this addresses that and forces an Egyptian player to have to build something else when those counter archers come onto the field. And also with the bonus damage versus infantry, meaning you need less chariot archers to deal with infantry. That would be my hope. We'll see if it does anything or if it just completely ruins the Egyptian army. I don't really know. We'll see. Siege towers, we already know what this is happening. A nerf to the monuments. Yes. But boosting the monuments as well in HP. So these were like, it's really silly. They were like 450 HP. If someone built them out in the middle of nowhere, you just come and kill it. That was nice. And a Migdol cost increase from 400 gold, 10 favor to 500 gold, 10 favor. So up 100 gold. This shouldn't really affect many Egyptian players. This will affect the Egyptian player that's spamming Migdols in very dangerous places and losing the Migdols. Yes, 300 extra gold to build 3 Migdols is a significant amount, but if you're not going to lose them, you won't feel that, I don't think. But if you are playing super aggressive with them and just slamming them down in your opponent's face and losing them, I think, that sort of a strategy is going to feel a lot less powerful. Could be wrong, but that's my thing. Okay, Odin, where's my Raven buff? Okay, human soldier and hero regeneration rate increase. Oh, Raven buff. Okay, Hammer of Thunder getting a little bit more expensive. Okay, you won't be able to get this in the Archaic Age anymore. That's actually a significant nerf to the Thor build, but and also slowing this down a bit. Heimdall Undermine. Okay, you're not going to be able to use this on settlements anymore. Stop it. You'll have to have some units in there as well. Healing Spring, Freya. Okay. A tier getting a bit of a nerf. I need to go through and do this again. I want to get into this Chinese thing, so I'm just going to skip through. Vikings with an extra 1 divine damage. This god, but this Njord god is now going to be really good. This is totally. I don't think the raiding cavalry are going to be insane, but I think Njord is going to be great. Yeah, I don't see any reason to not go Njord if you're making raiding cavalry. I think it's really good. Okay, trolls have a bit of a nerf. They were overperforming. Fair enough. Dwarves. Okay, this is a pretty big nerf to Norse. Down by 0.4 per second is probably not a nerf early game to Norse, but it's a nerf late game to Norse when they have Quarry. Because this is now Quarry is affecting a lower gather rate. So it should be doing a little bit less. Gaia nerf. Okay, so Gaia. Oh, the build orders might change here for Gaia. Okay. Horns of Consecration. Unlocks Fanatics? Lol. I don't know, man. You're going to need like 3 Palace. Maybe you could go Rhea, drop 3 Palace and make Fanatics. Maybe. Orichalcum Mail no longer affects Arcus and Terma. Infantry. Oh. Okay. Okay, Rhea is now good. Fire Siphon. Attack range. Okay, so that's just better. I think Helios is still kind of a meme. I'm not sure. I'll try it, but I don't know. Caladria. Burst heal hit points reduced from 100 to 60. Might be I still don't think you're killing anything early game, but this is going to be maybe you are. I don't know. We'll have to see. Caraballas that had a crush armor increase, love, and more bonus versus infantry. Okay. Okay, maybe the Caraballaster is going to be good. Oh, this is the Caraballaster hero. This is the hero, not the actual Caraballaster. I feel like something's missing here, guys. Okay, Fire Siphon, Caraballaster. Oh, Caraballaster armor went up here. Okay, there it is. Mirror Tower went up. Okay. And then all this stuff. Fantastic. Okay. So Heroic Fleet is now faster to research, cheaper, and has more bonus versus myth units. So you're going to be able to take out those pesky water myth units very, very easily. That's nice. Pandora's Box has got a bit of a nerf, and Blanket of Empress so has a bit of a buff. Greek Pantheon. Lua now get a little bit cheaper. All you Poseidon mains can rejoice. And Athena is now going to be a repeat cost increase from +10 to +20. So spamming this one out is going to be a little bit more challenging. I think it's still at 100 favor for the first charge. So this should be 100, then 120, 140, etc. So it's going to be a little bit more challenging to spam those out. Apollo Oracle technology is now line of sight from +4 to +5. This technology is actually really, really good. There's a lot of cool stuff with that. And now we see a little bit of a nerf to the Hierarcho Sphinx, making the movement speed on the Sphinx going down by 5%. These bad boys, as the developers are noting here, were performing a little bit too well, though we were starting to see some players dealing with these. Yes, but this is going to be easier to deal with now. We'll have to take a look. Another nerf there to the old Egyptian Pantheon, as the Sekhmet Citadel God Power cooldown increased from 30 to 120. This was silly, but there was never any... Like, you'd never have the favor to slam one down and then slam another one down. You just wouldn't. But, yeah, this was silly, so that's not really a change. And now we have the big buff to the Egyptians that I thought was sort of coming. So the Chariot Archers got nerfed. They were the sort of unit that Egyptians were relying on to kind of deal with Peltast, deal with Toxotes, deal with Arcus. Because they didn't really have a counter archer with the exception of the slinger. Now the War Elephant and the Camel Rider have a boost versus archers. Now if I'm playing Camel Rider Chariot Archer versus Hoplite Peltast, it's going to be a micro fight. The Chariot Archer is going to do well against the infantry. The Camel Rider are going to do well against the Peltast or the Toxodia or whatever. And the War Elephant is going to be also very, very good against those. So this should help out Egyptian quite a lot and help any of them playing. I really like this change. I really like the idea of having to counter my opponent's army rather than just playing into one sort of composition. So this should make that happen. Okay, onwards and upwards. Norse Pantheon, Forseti Dwarven Breastplate technology is now being reduced. This thing was insane. I don't know what else to say about it. It was just really, really good. So a little bit of a nerf. Think about it like this. You could have a Berserk with Iron Mail in the classical age. That's what this was doing. So now it's Bronze Mail and a bit. So still very, very good. Still worth grabbing, but less oppressive. Freya Sesrumnia now going up to 20% extra hit points for the heroes. That's a big boost. This was already really good, in my opinion. I think its little use, like it's a note here that it was not being used that much, is probably more so players just not aware of it. I think it was really good. So now it's even better. And also remember, this isn't for Odin and Thor. Ragnarok does get affected by this. So you're getting a little bit of a stronger Ragnarok if you want to try that. So Sesrumnir plus Ragnarok is going to be nice. Fimbulwinter added a hard cap and a soft cap to the number of wolves that the Fimbulwinter God Power can spawn. Fantastic. Raven, line of sight increased from 14 to 16. I'm not upset. At least the Raven got something. But what I wanted was a respawn. I wanted it to come back. If I compare the Raven to the Pegasus, specifically the Winged Messenger is a 10-second respawn on that Pegasus. I'm not asking for a 10-second respawn on the Raven, but 240 seconds, that's a lot of time to wait for my Raven to come back when it dies, and it dies very quickly. So maybe in the next patch. All right. Theft of Fire has been buffed to the nines. My God, I was starting to think this technology was bonkers in my own way. But cool. We're going to be able to grab this, have a little bit of favor left over. Fantastic. Kyra Ballista got an even bigger boost, so I got a boost again. Okay, Kyra they have to be good, right? There's no way these aren't good anymore. More range, more line of sight, more hit points, more damage versus infantry. These things are going to be stonking. Actually, that's just the hero. Never mind. That's just the hero. Oh, and no, it's both. It's both. Okay. We have to try Kyra Ballista out again. Okay, fantastic. And the Terma. Wow. Whoa. So Terma just lost 0.3 speed and just gained an extra attack range. This unit now can no longer outrun Spearmen. Can no longer outrun... Well, I mean, it could never outrun cavalry anyways. This is not going to be able to do shoot and scoot that well anymore, if at all. I'll try it, but I'm probably going to lose a game and then never do it again. But what it will do is this unit is going to be great in small numbers with 14 range and 5 speed to take out enemy ranged units. That's my guess. I mean, if they've got tons of them, then no worries, build a ton of Terma. But I don't think we're going to see this unit being amazing. It's not going to be a good raider either with 5.0 speed. Maybe okay raider, but not great. It's just going to get chased down by cavalry. You don't want that. Wow. That's a big, big nerf. Okay. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't like... The thing is, Actually, wait. Let me think about this. There's still the Gaia Lush problem, which is Gaia Lush plus 15% movement speed is 5.5, 5.75, right? Like still go up to 5.75 on, is that right? Is that how math works? On Gaia Lush. These things are still going to be good for Gaia if they spread out the Lush well. Okay. Caraballister, hit points increased. Yeah, we did this already. Sky Passage. No. We don't need to make this. All right, Kavoth. I see ya. You're not winning enough with Uranus. I get it. No, I get it. This is a Kavoth buff. Kavoth already rank 1, best Uranus player in the world, beating Boit every single time. And now he just gets 25 extra wood every time he builds a Sky Passage. They are I can kill them. I'll be able to kill them a little bit easier, but he's going to be able to build even more of them. All of a sudden, the Kavoth... Basically, I think this is just a buff to the Kavoth Fast Second Town Center. If you guys aren't aware of what that is, he puts it's actually a 3DB Fast Second Town Center, but he puts a Sky Passage in his main base, puts a Sky Passage on the Second Town Center, and he's going to throw up that town center. So he gets that 50 wood earlier, which should help out getting that town center up even faster. So that's a nice one for them. Okay. Now, for everyone who has been watching a little bit of Chinese and trying to figure things out, looks like we are seeing a couple of nerfs here to some stuff. Heal rate on favored land reduced from 5 to 1.5 per second, but increases by 1.5 per age. Chi Yu, Yazi special attack damage reduced from plus 50 to plus 40. I think this is still really good, right? This thing was like one-hitting villages. I think it's still almost one-hitting villages, right? I could be wrong. Okay. Tao Wu can now throw cavalry units with a stash. I think that's a bug. Yatsu is a movement speed going down to 5.5. Hit points down to 210. Hack armor down to 25%. And that's it. Great. And here are all the maps that are coming. Gonna have to play on these. These look really, really fun. I love this Yellow River map. I really hope this one comes into ranked at some point. Steppe is going to be in ranked, and Bamboo Grove is going to be in ranked. For those of you wanting to look at those, they are very, very simple maps. Don't worry, there's no specialties on them. The town centers are equal. Very open map here and a pretty closed map, but open through the middle. That's a very interesting map with Bamboo Grove. For other information, Great Wall is really fun against friends if you want to play a really slow game. Peach Blossom and I can't say this, the lake one here. There's something really interesting in the center of the map there with I think it's a Plenty Vault and a bunch of relics. So controlling that's going to be important. Controlling the water is going to be important. I think this is forcing water fighting. So that'll be interesting. Silk Road has got 3 of the Plenty Vault type things on the map. So cool. And that's it. Let's get some Chinese action happening.